Yeah, I
That's like a
mean,
Mystic Vestment, actually, when you blink in.
yeah, and it stacks with a Mystic Vestment. So suddenly everybody has 15 magic armor. Woo, party. Yeah, we're not gonna die.
And then you can buy a Barrier Idol as well, and you can blink in and give even more magic armor.
Yeah. Don't go too crazy. Don't go too crazy.
Alright. Magmus, by the way, didn't talk too much about that, but first pick Magmus coming up from the Hellborn team. Not entirely sure what that is all about. That's the kind of hero that, yeah, during like Season 1, Season 2, he was always first picked, but nowadays it seems to be a little bit more, or almost a little bit forgotten to a certain extent. We see him a few times in the mid and sometimes in the suicide role, but nowadays it's just so damn difficult to play suicide in general if you're a melee hero, especially unless you got like a Warbeast or Wild Soul or something to pull the lane for you. So I think that's one of the reasons for why he has tapered off. Of course, Behemoth can, block the creep wave and kind of get experience on his own. Magmus doesn't quite have the same luxury, but we're gonna see it here at least. 2-0, they do like their melee heroes.
Yeah, and it's worked out for them. In the last game, we saw that they just had melee heroes with very long range abilities, and with the Hellborn not really getting a lot of Shrunkens, they really got torn apart by it. And okay, so you were talking about the Magmus. It's most definitely going to be a suicide Magmus. I think it's going to be played by STSC, who did so great on that Behemoth. It really feels like STSC is defining himself as initiation, as an initiation player. He hasn't really grasped the roots, the real roots with Pharaoh. Pharaoh is just like the hero where that screams initiation to me because it's instant. You don't need a PK and you just need level 6. Fantastic, but Magmus, of course, it's a little bit easier to hit that stun on multiple people, and the amount of damage coming out from that ultimate is nothing to scoff at. 1100 magic damage if it's maxed, of course. Being in the Suicide Hero, it's going to be very difficult to get a lot of farm.
Yeah, that it is. Especially when you're up versus the Doctor or Pulse or wait, it could be... Nah, seeing as it's Evil Corporation, I would assume that this is Swiftblade in the mid lane. They just
Yeah,
love to run that.
for sure. I mean, Bray plays it really well. It's not the greatest versus Prisoner by any means because the Shackle still goes... Well, if he uses it before the spin, the Shackle gets destroyed when he starts spinning, but if he uses it afterwards, then, well, yeah.
Then it
I,
slows him down. Then it's
yeah.
effectful.
Ooh, it's been a while since we've seen that hero.
Ophelia, yeah, that is one of those, well, signature heroes for tank effect, and I'm actually surprised. Maybe it is like you said, I mean, we haven't seen this hero in quite some time. It's mostly Sync Esports and Slap that is actually known for playing the Ophelia nowadays. But obviously tank effect is another great Ophelia player himself, so a little bit surprising almost that 2-0 allows this hero to go through the secondary bans.
I mean, Parasite also got through. Almost all the junglers got through except for Tempest and
Wait, the
Wild Soul.
Tempest was banned? When was the
Yeah,
last time we saw a Tempest?
I don't know. Peksu banning Tempest. That just no. No one plays Tempest anymore, and it
And I
would be
already
way
got
too
the
greedy on the
prisoner.
Legion side. Yeah, exactly. There was as well as the Magmus, also a great counter. So he'd have to get a Void Talisman as well as a Shrunken, and well, they kind of cancel each other out. So yeah, this feels that was a weird ban in my opinion. It should have definitely been Ophelia or even Parasite because Parasite would have fit with the Legion team really well, I think.
Yeah, they got rid of the bubbles as well. That's another hero that you're like, Legion team, don't really see bubbles being picked up here. But for
Or
some
Wild,
reason...
well, maybe Wild Soul, but then it would be really greedy. Wild Soul on top of Doctor Swiftblade Behemoth? No, that's okay. You know what? They won last game. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe the Legion had this amazing plan to use the Tempest, and here comes the Nymph Doctor combo.
Yay, personal favorite of mine. I love this combination. It's just so damn fun to watch. Action non-stop. Hopefully it's never gonna stop, so to say. Behemoth Suicide, yeah, it's going to be played by Sane, and that also confirms that Ember is going to be in the mid, and then we'll probably have that safe lane, Dr. Pulsar and the Nymphora. The question is, what does the Hellborn team want to pick up here last? They do have the potential to go for an offensive tri-lane, or something similar, and I just have Warbeast in safe lane. It's going to be Parallax. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what this hero does. Like,
Really? That hero's
literally,
fantastic. It's one of my favorite heroes ever. It's so cancer. It's unbelievably cancer. If you hit your Ionic Dash every time, it goes off cooldown. So you keep silencing people and you keep having it off cooldown. The only thing that limits you is your Fulcrum Shift, your Q ability, which has a cooldown of 5 seconds per charge, and you have 2 charges maximum. So I don't know. I think the hero is absolutely amazing, and it fits so well with his team as well, because now they have a carry in Warbeast and a carry in Parallax, the teamfight carry plus the pushing carry. So fantastic.
I know that he's good, or I know he's scary. Whenever I go up versus in TMM, I just hope that he doesn't kill me. No, but I know a little bit about it, but it's still, I feel like it's very hard to predict. It's kind of like the deadlift to a certain extent. You always get surprised by how much damage the hero actually deals, or how much the hero actually impacts the game. Where is it going to be lane? It's going to be lane in the carry role. Usually we see this Parallax in the mid lane, no?
Yeah, and it can also be played in the solo role. I think it's preferable actually in the solo role, because you really, and he's not even solo, he's going to go with Cyrox top lane, but I think it's preferable in the solo role because a lot of teams are putting a lot of pressure on the mid lane nowadays to make sure that that mid lane doesn't get a lot of farm. But, I mean, Parallax usually does get farm, but if he dies, then his whole snowball goes away.
Yeah, here comes the Hellhounds, by the way. We talked about that during the draft as well, that if you play a hero like Magmus in the Suicide lane, you desperately need a Warbeast or a Wildsword or something similar to actually pull the lane back.
Yeah, and he's not actually pulling the lane right now, it looks like. Or is he? I mean, 12 seconds left. His dogs really don't have that much more time on them. 24 seconds.
How do you see that? Oh, you're looking at the Warbeast. Okay, yeah, that works. Okay.
Okay, so he's going to delay it for at least a second. Oh, tanking those 2 tower hits.
God, are you kidding me?
Pexer, please. No, but really, the idea was there, and there's still the second dog alive.
The idea was there, the execution wasn't, unfortunately. Now STSD is like, oh god, come on, man. Gosh.
Yeah, so that screws up STSC a bit, but I'm sure he'll do fine. He did get the boots early on, so he should be able to juke around some trees, get some, still be able to get some experience. Hopefully at least level 3 before he starts roaming, because that's something Magmus is fantastic at.
That is, yeah, he got the Marchers, of course. This is something that Kiesa did at all times back in the days when he was playing with Sync. There's random Magmus Suicide, and he just picked up the Marchers, and they constantly roamed mid, and they always had like a Pebbles and Glacius or something.
A kill
like
combo,
that.
pretty much.
Exactly. But yeah, in this game in particular, it's only the Prisoner in the mid, so not as reliable. It's quite baffling actually that they decide to put Prophet in the safe lane. I mean,
I really like the hero. I think the hero is really awesome that they're picking it up. I'm not sure about the synergy with
the Parallax.
With Parallax though, because Parallax doesn't really tend to auto attack anything. And have you seen what Zane's been doing? He's just been spamming that stun. He's at 150 GPM only, but he's making sure that it's a little. He's putting a little bit of pressure on the Scary, at least on that Parallax. And okay, even though the pull failed, STSC still has lane control in bottom, so he must have done some good creep. What do you call that? Creep pulling when you right-click the enemy hero so that the creeps get aggro on you.
Yeah, and optimally onto the archer rather than the melee creeps, and yeah, something he did at least. And he's level 3 now, so yeah, off to a good start. Behemoth, on the other hand, he's only level 2, actually picked up an invisibility rune, and he's sitting in the mid. I don't think that this is going to be successful. I do believe that they need at least one more. Tankafet, what creep do you have? You have a Catman champion, he's gonna rotate over.
That should be enough. Oh
yeah,
if
he pulls off the block, then it's definitely enough. Prophet is here as well. The Ward of Revelation right there.
Oh my god, and the hook! No! Why didn't he wait for Persecution stun?
I don't know. Magmus was there as well, ready with the setup stun and stun Behemoth in the tower range, but yeah, a little bit too greedy unfortunately right there from Sephiroth, and not gonna pay off. Went for the big plays. Didn't come, or didn't happen.
Yep, and now Magmus is still here. He's going to go for the hook, but it's going to miss, unfortunately. Minotaur moving over. Nice stun from Zane right now, but they're too scared to get anything out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really go on the Magmus. He got both the Steam Bath and the Lava Surge. He can easily get over the Fissure, so Embre definitely, or probably felt like, I'm just gonna waste mana if I actually use my spin at this point. And he's just gonna play it safe. Tankafed wants to rotate back into the forest as well, and he's gonna continue farming. Not entirely sure what happened with this Catman. Did that? I guess it died.
Got the Minotaur instead of the Catman with an attempt to gank more effectively, because otherwise you just want to maximize your farm and go for that Catman champion. Right now he's going to get another Catman champion though, so
What a lucky guy.
Yeah, indeed. I was the one to always get Minotaurs when I needed to farm, and Catman when I wanted to gank. It was not nice.
And when the enemy team have a Tempest, you never get any Skeleton Kings whatsoever.
Oh yeah. I think I won a game on Ophelia where I got maybe one Skeleton King, and that was at 20 minutes.
Oh.
Took way too long.
Alright, DD by the way here. Who's it going to be picked up by? It's going to be picked up by Sane. He gave up on the top lane, by the way. Like,
yeah, it's understandable. Prophet is really good at boxing, and I mean, with Parallax next to it, it's almost scary. Just,
oh, here we go, a
way too
bottle.
scary.
Never mind, we don't go. I thought we were going. Lava Surge was used, but there wasn't any follow-up. Obviously, it's quite difficult for Prophet to actually get in range, seeing as Dr. Pulse got the Marchers and he doesn't, so... yeah, Cyrax doesn't feel the need to be at the top lane anymore, seeing as Behemoth was roaming around, so I figured he would do the same, but now he's gonna be stacking the actions instead, which is always good.
I really like how 2-0 is playing this, by the way. They're playing so disciplined, they're being careful, they're waiting until they get the items they need, and then they start taking riskier plays, or at least going for kills, because they know that they have a Warbeast who has level 1 in Battlecry, which he's really just using to farm. He's not going to be any use in the team fights. I mean, he could get a pick-off with his ultimate, but even that is not that reliable.
Nope, that it's not. We got level 6 on both mid-heroes, by the way. Both Swiftblade and the Prisoner. But... yeah, it's quite difficult to pick up the Swiftblade. Or pick him off. Like, it's with the spin and the Swift Slashes. Magmus is here once more, but... how do you even execute that kill? Like, I don't see it happening no matter how you do.
I know it. Basically, they need to force the Swiftblade spin, and then they use the Prisoner Shackle on ultimate because the spin is too long, so he won't be able to ulti out of the Prisoner ulti. There we go. But that's kind of that's grasping for straws.
Yeah, well, you can always dream, right? Can you use Swift Slashes if you got Shackle on top? Okay, then it's going to be problematic. But the game continues at least. Zane is level 4. I'm not entirely sure how he found those 2 extra levels. He was 2 1 minute ago. But now they're gonna go for SD, the Fissure, and the Grip. The Seal Stun's gonna lock him down. And wow, that was a lot of damage in that Q spell. Did he max that up? No, that's level 1. Going to be enough for the kill, and
it's Nymphora. It's all Nymphora. He's choosing not to go mana. Yeah, he's choosing not to go mana, which I really prefer this build over anything else, because the mana is great and all, but in those early skirmishes, I mean, Nymphora's not gonna get a lot of levels being that support in that support role. So he needs all the damage he can get in those early team fights, and the pod, it does so much. Heals for 135, damages 135 right now, which might not seem like a whole lot, but it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, definitely going for that extra damage could be useful, as we saw right there. Obviously secured the kill onto Magmus and prevented him from getting Lava Surge off. Obviously they're not going to be able to be quite as active running around the map without the extra mana, but still getting the kills, and the hook is gonna connect onto Swiftblade. Actually gonna trick him into using that spin as well. Oh my god, well placed. Fissure there by Sane, preventing the prison break from going off at least. But Scary is here now. He poured it down to the bot tower. He did not go for the triple stack actions. I guess the hero isn't quite ready at level 7 to Take
Yeah.
a triple stack ancient. Oh, actually, Magmus here. Lava Surge down for another 3 seconds though, but Tankafet is in trouble and is going to fall. Imbaboy is running over. No, the stun or the heal. The pod is actually not going to hit. That could have been the difference.
And here's Parallax. He did use his W already, so he's...
The Skeleton
the
King!
Skeleton King!
God damn.
Oh man, Tankafet sent that Skeleton King back before, which I wanted to commend for being a great play, saving it from the prisoner hook in the end, but yeah, well, oops.
It happens even to the best. Imba
Yeah,
Boy,
that-
by the way, down here, he picked up a necklace. I would assume, or would you expect him to go for the icon in this game?
I don't know. Oh wow. Okay, Scary dying to the Swift Slashes from Swiftblade as well as the spin.
Well,
Playing a
played by
bit too
Embrain.
far up. I mean, Parallax doesn't... Oh, nice hook for coming out from Zephyrante, but no ultimate! It's not going to be enough, and in the bottom lane, SCSC is going to fall to the level 6 Doctor Repulsor, and all hail the mighty Nymphora with the pod and the Nymphora Zeal.
Yeah, Nier is probably one of the, if not the best, like Nymphora players out there. Like I literally never see him miss a stun. Like the seal stuns are always spot on. They're always hitting the enemy target, no matter where or how fast he's running. So definitely props to Nier playing this hero. If he gets one more level now, he's really close to level 6. Only needs a couple of more creeps. He could potentially steal some experience, or maybe not steal, borrow, or share some experience here with Tankafet in the forest, but nope, he doesn't want to.
That level 6 is really going to be a huge difference. I mean, Warbeast right now hasn't really shown his face. He's still just been farming, and he's doing it tremendously well. He's 400 GPM right now, and that's only going to increase. I mean, he did push the top tower already, so what we were... Well,
Oh, Nier is gonna run into a smoked up prisoner. The steel stun, of course, is going to be connecting, but yeah, it's just a matter of time before he drops down. Dr. Repulsor is not gonna even try to make an attempt,
and
being low
you
on
were
mana.
blessing Tankafed using the ultimate, but
Oh,
it being
really?
a little bit too late. And Pexu actually got an assist for that kill, using his battle cry at the right time, and more GPM, yes.
As of right now, it feels like 2-0 is simply just the better team. I wouldn't have expected this going into the series, but they're outplaying Evil Corporation so far in the series. 420 gold per minute on Warbeast, like doing a fantastic job. And Parallax, even though he died once earlier on through the Swiftblade, he's still 360 gold per minute as well. So looking really good. And I would assume that Parallax is pretty good in the late game.
Yeah, once he gets a shrunken, I mean not a shrunken, a Staff the Master, Swiftblade spin is not going to matter either. And I think he's a huge counter. If he can land one silence on Imbaboy, he can silence him for 7.5 seconds. And bottom lane,
What's going on over here? Dr. Repulsor in trouble, of course. The Shackle's gonna prevent him from using his ultimate. Magmus in trouble as well. Well played with the steam
And
bath though,
stop.
but yeah, there's a Minotaur stun. And at least going to get the return kill onto Magmus, but still Imbaboy going down. Like, and this is without the Warbeast. Like, they're literally playing 4 versus 5. Or I guess you can't call it 4 versus 5 with the battle cry, but you get what I'm saying. Like, they are creating
Yeah.
so much space for Parallax and Warbeast right now. Like, SD and Zephyrant is just playing so well.
yeah, and Behemoth still doesn't, he's not even close to a PK right now, so although we could say that it was a 4v5, it's kind of a 4v4 right now, seeing as the Behemoth isn't really that useful, unless he has a perfect Fisher.
Yeah, that's the downside. And they're going to get a kill, or not a kill, but a tower kill down here at the bot lane at least, so...
They're looking to go
Small
top
win.
though. Oh, Nymphort, but Pexu, did he see it?
I'm not entirely sure. He's gonna choose the man up here, and I actually think that's the right decision. So creds
And
for
by
him.
him.
And yeah, exactly. By him. And Imbaboy! Imbaboy! Are you going to be fine? The hook's
the
going to
hook.
connect onto Zane. Well played. Right there. So they're not
Okay,
going to
there's
get
touch.
Imba, but they are going to get Zane. Ah, exactly. Use it. Come on. One more
But-
time.
Yeah, Zephyrante and SCSC are everywhere. So this Magmus pick is doing so much work right now. You were skeptical at the start, but SCSC is just playing out of his mind.
Yeah, he's bringing it really well, and I mean during the lane as well. I mean, I was expected Nymphora and Dr. Pulsar to be able to more or less box him out of any experience, but for some reason, even without that successful Warbeast pull, he still managed to get the lane back and get all that experience. So STSD, yeah, definitely playing a fantastic game number 1 with that Behemoth, and now Magmus is gonna continue the trend. MVP so far, I would say.
Yeah, he is really far
Oh,
away
the
from the
jump,
PK.
the hook is not going to work into Prisoner's favor because unfortunately there was a Dr. Repulsor jumping him at the same time, and now Prophet is in trouble. The Swift Slashes is not up. It was used to get the kill onto Sephiroth, so at least Prophet's gonna be fine, but here comes the push. Are the Hellborn team looking to defend this?
He's in perfect position, but nice magnetic contraption.
Well played by Imba Boy. Heads up plays right there. Pexu as well. Warbeast is locked down. He's going to go down. Magmus as well. There's the buyback though from Prisoner going to hit 3 people. And the silence on top of Doctor and Nymphora on Ophelia is going to turn the team fight around. And now the Legion team is on the chase. After Behemoth, they're not going to be able to see Nymphora port out, but they are at least going to be able to defend the push. It came at a cost. They used the buyback on a Prisoner, but hey, it was totally worth it.
I think a buyback this early on a Prisoner is not that important. Had either the Warbeast or Scary on Parallax used it, then it would have been a problem. But Scary, now with that team fight, he just picked up the icon and he already has 6 charges on it. So that's going to be fantastic later on. And Swiftblade does have the Abyssal, so he's got good farm. He's actually got more farm than Imbaboy right now, as the only player with 0 deaths in the game.
Yeah, they do have the teleport, and as you can see right there, Prisoner attempting a hook into the forest just to get vision on a potential Nymphora teleport. Not gonna happen. It seems like they're gonna go bottom instead, and they are going to save it, seeing as they didn't have any vision on any Hellborn heroes. But 2-0 looking very, very good, and like the entire lineup from Legion team is just screams aggressive plays early on with the Dr. Pulsar, with the Nymphora and Ophelia pushing the towers, but so far none of that has happened. It is instead 2-0 that's taking control over the game number 2. And I don't know.
I wouldn't say control. It feels like they have a lead, but at the same time, the Legion side, they have so much going for them in the mid game as well. When Behemoth finally picks up that PK, I don't see... Okay, Pexu's going for a puzzle box as well, so he's not going to have a Shrunken anytime soon. And if Behemoth can get that shockwave, then I have a feeling that the Hellborn side might just fall apart.
There is a portal key on its way for SDSD playing the Magmus as well, and just as I say that, he gets jumped by Dr. Pulsar. It was perfectly timed as well, but the Steam Bath and the stun, Imba Boy going to get turned around on. Here is Pexu, the seal stun's going to delay it a little bit, but it's not going to be enough to save him or keep him out of death. And Nymphora now with the teleport, it's gonna have to use it defensively. Disaster for the Legion team once more. Hellborn team just on top of it. Amazing reaction right there with the ports.
Yeah, you can't go in on a Midas and... I mean, not a Midas, a Magmus, and expect not to have it go bad if you get turned around on. Because that Magmus stun is just perfect setup for the Prisoner. He PK'd in, used the Shackle, used the ultimate, and that was enough to secure the kill.
That it was, and once more Imba Boy now almost dropping below 300 gold per minute. That's not what we're used to see whatsoever when Imba Boy plays this hero. Like, he's usually sitting on like 400, 500 gold per minute, if not more, just completely carrying his team every single time. But for some reason, it's not his day.
What do you think about the puzzle box, though, being picked up on Warbeast instead of a Shrunken Head?
Like, as of right now, I think it works. I actually like it to a certain extent, because if they can just keep on map control, like if they can keep Nymphora from placing those offensive wards in their forest, obviously they could have picked up a Bounda as well. It kind of fills the same purpose. But the puzzle box this early on, if you get an early puzzle box, it's just so damn scary for the Legion team to have to deal with that true damage in the team fight. So I think it's fine, seeing as he's doing as fine as he's doing, as long as they're not necessarily going to commit 100% to those team fights.
Well, I mean, puzzle box is, I think, also a very great tool in team fights. Reducing Doctor's mana or even tanking some of the Swift Slashes is going to be a big deal in the team fights. And I mean, there's so much AoE coming out from the Legion side with the Nymphora and Zane on the Behemoth that it might even, and Dr. Repulsor on top of that all, it might even end up being them killing themselves on the 600 true damage that is inevitably going to come from the puzzle box.
Yep, that could be the case. You need to be really careful when there's a puzzle box involved in the team fights. And you got a behemoth, like if you jump in there with a shockwave and voila, you manage to hit a mauler and you're literally dead, or half dead at least. But one tower down, they're gonna get it without too much defense from the Legion side. They seem to be looking into counter pushing instead. The ports though are coming in from the Hellborn team, so one tower for nothing, and now the Hellborn team is taking control and getting some wards up as well in the Legion Forest.
What do you think Parallax should pick up after the stuff? Because that's what
I
he's
don't
going
know
for.
what his hero does. I don't know. Now, what is this glowstone
PK.
all about?
That's stuff. Stuff the master.
Oh, you got a staff effect as well. Like I have literally
It
no
makes
clue
it
how
go
this...
through magic immunity, his ultimate.
Oh, so you can't use the shrunken head?
Well, you can use it. It just won't do anything. It'll become superior magic damage.
Gotcha. So it works versus versus the swift blade spin then as well, I assume.
Yep, of
This
course.
is a pretty great tool to have in this particular matchup, so I can understand why he's going for that.
But it also makes the cooldown reduced to 30 seconds. The moment you deactivate it, the cooldown pops, and usually
mid
it's
lane,
50
by the way,
seconds.
they're gonna jump on the swift blade. Not necessarily the best execution. I don't think this is going to be enough for the kill. Instead, Swiftlash is gonna come off. Pexu is here though. He's chasing Swiftblade. He's being sent back. No, never mind. He's not. The effect has been. I'm not entirely sure who they used Ophelia's touch on, but Imboboy in the background gonna get 2 kills on the prisoner and Prophet 2-0 for now, 2-1 now. Tankafet is gonna be able to be picked off in the background. Magmus, the shockwave from Behemoth just picking up his Polki as well. There is the kill on Nymphora. Is Sane going to be able to get out of there? I think he is. So,
Yeah.
2 for free.
Yeah, that was a really awkward fight by the Hellborn side. They used so much on the Swiftblade without it actually getting the kill in the end, and Warbeast was even chasing after him. I do want to say that SCC had a really good ulti, but with Imboboy on like 100 HP, there was not enough to get the kill.
Nope, that it wasn't. Unfortunately though for Imboboy, he didn't have his Icon of the Goddess at the time. So...
That would have been a great
yeah.
pickup right there.
No charges for him, unfortunately. Scary, by the way, is still sitting on 8. So it hasn't increased that much, but hey, 8 is definitely more than 0. As Imboboy picks his up right there. And the teleport is available in 10 seconds. Nymphora level 10, by the way, so it's doing pretty good in keeping up in levels or experience compared to Prophet, who's only level 8. If you get to level 11 on Nymphora as well, then it's getting a little bit scarier for a Hellborn
Taking
team.
2 people with you is pretty nice, but I will say that they probably only need Dr. Repulsor to get kills just because of the damage that's coming out from both him and Nair. I mean, he's maxed the pod and Nymphora Zeal, and talking about Nymphora, he just used his ultimate to place a very offensive jungle ward.
Yeah, up in the enemy forest. That's going to spot Warbeast, but I don't think the Legion team are going to be able to make their way over there to get the pick off.
Also, there's Puzzlebox 3 now on Warbeast, so he's doing a fantastic job with his farm. 470 gold per minute. He should pick up a Shrunken now, though.
That he should.
There's no doubt about it. He should really focus on not being stunned or slowed or anything during the team fights, just stopped in any way so that he can really pound in those auto attacks.
Yeah, the Shrunken Head is probably going to come up in the near future. Magmus, by the way, smoked up over here. He had his pull key in that last fight. Not entirely sure why he smoked up and just... I don't know, he stayed close to his teammates, literally didn't do anything with a Veiled Rot, but... maybe just a precaution right there. Scary at the top lane, gonna continue farming. By the way, 480 gold per minute. That's 100 higher than anyone on the Legion team. So, if you are Evil Corporation now, what do you do? Like, do you just sit back and wait for Parallax and Warbeast to get like 6 slotted? Like, that's not going to be successful. Like, you need to make something happen with either the teleport of Nymphora or just pick up Veiled Rots and go for some kind of YOLO play. I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like Swiftblade and Dr. Repulsor are going to be able to challenge the Parallax and Warbeast in the late game. Do you agree with that?
I mean, they Would they? I think it could go either way. It really just depends on how many pickoffs
Oh,
ECX
here
can
we go.
get, and in the
Shockwave
mid
in the
lane,
mid. Magmus is it going to be enough to finish him off? Yes, it is. Not going to get level charge off. Parallax is gonna jump in as well. This is gonna turn into a full team fight. Behemoth in the background gonna get picked off. The prison break from Prisoner is not going to be applied. Warbeast though hitting like a truck, chasing the Legion team. The puzzle box is draining so much of Dr. Repulsor's mana, as we can see right there. He's almost out. Teleport is going to be up. I'm not entirely sure about that teleport, but hey, it was a good try at least from near. Now Tankafet is in trouble as well, actually making some wonderful blocks with his creeps, preventing the Legion team from following him in those trees. But once more, a Hellborn team. I mean, that started from it started with the Legion team initiating, getting a free kill, or not a free kill, but getting a kill onto Magmus before he could even move. But still, the damage from Parallax and the Warbeast combined, as well as the Puzzle Box, is just too much for the Legion team to deal with at this point.
yeah, they're really doing a good job on the on baiting the Magmus. I mean, they expect, okay, Magmus, a lot of team fight damage. If we take him down, we're gonna be able to take the fight. But Parallax does more than enough damage, and on top of that, the Warbeast is just able to chase down the Swiftblade easily. I mean, you'd think that no one can chase down a Swiftblade with the Fireband, Ghost March, or Spin, but now with the Staff of the Master as well on Parallax, he's just gonna fall every time.
Yeah, the Warbeast as well. Like, how are you ever going to be able to bring the Warbeast down when he gets his shrunken head? Like, it's going to be close to impossible. Maybe you get 3 Skeleton Kings on Ophelia and a Hellflower on Doctor or something. Initiation?
Yeah, if Behemoth can ulti the Warbeast, then it's gonna be enough damage. I think he's got level 2 ultimate now, and Swift Slash should also tear through him.
Swift Slashes. Yeah, if they can catch him.
Yeah.
But in that case, they need to be really lucky.
And yeah, that's what it comes down to. I really think it's down to the initiation. The baiting just now just gave such a big opening for the Hellborn team that they were able to take the fight.
Now it seems like the Hellborn team are moving towards the top lane as well. They're not going to let their tier 2 tower fall.
They're baiting him again!
The fight. Ah, well played by SDSD.
Prisoner, there's the hook! Oh, it's gonna miss. Really well played. One auto attack needed.
Come on!
There
So
we go.
close.
Come on.
What? They don't see him? He walked into that position. How can they not see him?
Well, if people stop running past, you can see that you can't see him.
That juke spot? Are you serious?
You literally can't see him from outside.
What the hell? I've never seen that before. That's insane.
Oh man, it would be now the ward as well. But oh my god, that's just on the edge of the Rev Ward vision from Cyrox. Wow. Okay.
God.
Well,
What the hell? He
Nymph has
just
Nymph Ward.
walked in there, and then the enemy team lost vision. They even Magmus stunned. Here comes Magmus once more. He's just gonna run past.
Well played, Nair. Well played. And look at Swiftblade, by the way. He's setting himself up to be in position for this team fight. They are going to push, it looks like. They're going to push so fast with Puzzle Box 3. It's unbelievable. I think he can backdoor any of the second tier towers from full HP right now with that Puzzle Box and just take it down.
They are at least going to get the tower without too much resistance from the Legion team. Not interested in defending whatsoever. They know that they are so far behind that they just simply cannot afford to lose one more team fight.
Also, the split push isn't the strongest from the Legion side. Only Ophelia could possibly do anything, and well...
Well, it's about time for the Legion team to port back home, because as you were talking about, the Puzzle Box and the Battlecry and Warbeast, like, they are hitting like a truck on this defensive tower. It's already below 50% health, and that literally came for free.
Yeah. Them not responding quick enough to that, I don't know. It feels really awkward, and Swiftblade is just farming in the meantime. Do you think they should have forced that? There's such a bit. They have the token. They could have just had Parallax hitting with the Warbeast dogs and Puzzle Box. I really think they could have gotten more out of that.
Yeah, at the same time, like, as long as they just keep on playing as they are, not taking any risks whatsoever of breaking the enemy base, I do think that they are going to be able to seal this game in the next 5-10 minutes potentially. There's another 2 minutes on the token of life, so they could go for another team fight attempt here in the mid lane.
Just go for the mid lane, exactly. And there is the PK now on Scary. I would really want to see a Shrunken now picked up. There's a Shrunken on Warbeast, so setting a good example for his teammate. But bottom lane,
going to get the Swift Slashes up. Not going to be enough, is it? SDS with the stun. Immoboy
and he's out of mana.
Not going to be able to get any back. Nymphora is going to try to give him some mana, but that's obviously not going to happen as it gets interrupted or removed as soon as you take hero damage. So 2 kills for none right there, and this gives the Legion team or the Hellborn team an excellent opportunity to break base. I wouldn't be too surprised if they get Mega, or not Mega, but the Raxus in the mid from this push.
How did Warbeast not die? Is Impoboy really not farmed enough to take down the Warbeast like that?
I would
he has
assume
2200 life, and I guess Nier was late with it, but it could also be just because they jumped way too far.
Yeah, they jumped way too far, so Nier wasn't able to get any damage out, or any damage out on the Warbeast whatsoever, but still, Dr. Repulsor and the Swift Slashes, I'm pretty sure that every single hit, or every single bounce, did connect with the Warbeast, and it still wasn't enough, so...
Yeah, Warbeast does have a bit more armor, though, because of the Abyssal Skull, so there is that helping him, but why aren't they pushing? Force buybacks, even though there's none to be had on Imboboy.
Yeah, I don't know. One of them ported at the top and defended the tower there for a short moment.
I guess they're not in a rush.
I guess they just respect, or respect
the behemoth.
Yeah.
Respect the behemoth.
Sane, yeah, on that behemoth, lowest goal per minute in the game, 180.
He's same as Cyrox.
Exactly, and what the hell? Prophets simply have no items whatsoever. You're looking at the 2 inventories comparing, you're like, this guy actually got more gold per minute than the behemoth.
Wards are expensive, man.
Oh yeah.
Wards are very expensive. That being said, though, Cyrox has done well being in half the kills so far, and oh wow, they actually managed to pick someone off without any turn kills happening.
Yeah, only took 3 people and then Nymphora teleport.
Okay, Scary just picked up the Acolyte Staff, so I'm assuming he's going for... Okay, if you're picking up the Acolyte Staff first, that makes me think that he wants to pick up a Frostfield Plate.
A Frostfield Plate?
Because with a Sheepstick, you generally want the Blessed Orb first. Just for the extra tanky...
He got 18 charges of Icon and the staff, so maybe he feels like he just wants additional mana to farm faster. But yeah, I understand. Normally, it is the Blessed Orb that you see first when it is a Sheepstick.
Being Parallax, though, he does deal more damage with his Q when he has more mana. More total mana, at least. So that could be an argument for picking up the Acolyte Staff first.
Swift Blade hitting level 16. It's not too much that he can do up here at the top lane, though.
Nymphort.
Yeah, that's true. It's up now, actually. They could look to go for a kill here. Of course, Warbeast got a shrunken head, so they need to be fast, and the team support is never far away. As we can see, Prisoner over
bottom
here.
lane, though. They might choose to try and pick up Doctor instead.
It's only the Prophet who's smoked up. He's running around. Not going to happen. Yeah, I mean, they still got this offensive ward in the Hellborn Forest, Evil Corporation that is, so if they're lucky now when the teleport is up, they might come across a hero here and get another pick off, but doesn't look like it. Shrunken Head, of course, picked up by Imboboy, but that's not necessarily... It's going to be able to keep him alive, but it's not necessarily going to increase his damage output, and right now I feel like they desperately need some physical damage in their lineup, or in the team fights.
I think he can cancel the Shackle, though, if he activates Shrunken afterwards, which is a nice addition.
Yeah, I mean, it works with the spin, so it should be the same effect with the Shrunken Head, yeah.
I would prefer Magmus picking up a Storm Spirit over the tablet, though. The tablet is nice versus Swiftblade and all, but Storm Spirit, if someone gets jumped by Behemoth, is just so priceless. It saves someone so hard from the Behemoth combo, plus the... Yeah, you just... 2.5 seconds where you get time to regroup and reassess the situation, and a lot of the damage gets wasted coming up from the Legion side, so I would really prefer a Storm Spirit. Look at what... Swiftblade and Behemoth are doing, by the way. As,
Yeah,
yeah, they're just waiting for nothing.
they're just trying to wait for something, a miracle, more or less, to happen up here. It's clearly not going to happen. 2-0 are playing too disciplined at this point. Just sitting as 5 people in the Legion Forest. I mean, they're not in a rush whatsoever. They could simply just wait for another Kongor kill before they commit to anything.
Yeah, they just take this tower for free because it doesn't look like the Legion is going to defend it at all. And then they have then wait for the sheep stick on Scary, because I hope he picks that up. It's way better this game. And then continue. But okay, it's fair if they want to force them back first. Yeah.
They
This might be
shouldn't allow 2-0 to get 50% HP on this defensive tower at least, like last time.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's the sent back.
Yeah, obviously no way for them to cancel that at this point. No fire blades picked up.
Yeah, this.
I mean, what can
They
you do?
do.
I mean, the only thing that you
Yeah.
can do if you're Evil Corporation is simply to get those wards up and hope to get some pickoffs with the teleport of Nymphora. Like, there's no other way. There's no way whatsoever that you can take a teamfight at this point.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at the heroes on the Hellborn side. One of them has a TP. Okay, 2 of them, 3 of them. They just picked up TPs again, but still. It's like the pickups are not going to come easy. The prisoner, pretty tanky to take down, although they're going to try. They have 3 Skeleton Kings on Tankafet. This is the chance
yeah,
that they've been waiting
the
for.
teleport is coming off or coming here as well. Nymphora and Dr. Repulse are gonna jump. They are going to get the kill. The question is, are they going to be able to get anything in return? There is a sheepstick just finished on Scary, and he got a Polky as well. That could come... could be used. No, it seems like the Hellborn team just wants to play this safe, and I don't blame them. They shouldn't necessarily jump in blind here. They should just wait for another Kongor, who just spawned, by the way. So I would assume that they're gonna start making their way over there.
Yeah, Pexu really needs to start scouting with his dogs. I haven't seen him do it once this game. Once he starts scouting with wolves, they'll be able to scout stuff out like that. Because Tankafet was there for the longest time, as well as the, what was it, Swiftblade? They're all just waiting for it to pop up, and I mean, it's at the point of the game where you don't need to use your stupid wolves to farm anymore. You can take them down solo. It's so much more efficient to have vision.
That
Free
it sure
walking
is.
wards. Free invis walking wards. Okay. What's better? With no cooldown pretty much.
Yeah, the old keeper eyes that you placed in the trees.
Yeah.
That's like the one thing.
Monarch.
Oh yeah, Monarch as well. We actually saw Monarch yesterday.
Yeah? I did not watch that game then.
Yeah, it was it was Evil Corporation that picked him up. They played it together with a Predator. It wasn't successful. It wasn't.
Okay.
CNK Sports took that game. They played Pearl themselves as their support.
Look at this though. The Kong is just gonna fall so quickly to the puzzle box as well as the auto attacks from Warbeast. The attack speed coming up from Cyrox as well. Such a great ability. Once he has it maxed and uses it on all his allies at a tower, everything, the tower just gets wrecked completely.
I'm looking at this little puzzle box wizard. So cute.
So now we have the token on the Parallax, which I think is a good idea. He can just go YOLO, do whatever he wants to. But bottom lane, oh, STSC with the PK. That was a close one.
Regeneration rune on Doctor as well. The hook is... oh, that was actually quite close. Good attempt there from the prisoner. Almost catching Imbu Boy.
Parallax? Oh, that ward of sight coming out from Cyrox.
The Ophelia's
next
touch
silence,
gonna keep
you
him
should have another
alive
one.
for now. There's the spin as well, and the port out is going to be successful. Tankafet is going to be the sacrifice of the lamb here, and he's going to lose a bound eye. Oh, he kills it with a Skeleton King. Well played right there.
He does lose all his Skeleton Kings though, which is a huge blow to them. Now, everyone go top. They killed the Ophelia. Ophelia's touch used. He does have a buyback, but honestly, an Ophelia buyback without any creeps. What's that gonna do?
Well, I guess with the Dr. Repulsor, you could use it for the Ophelia.
Sendbacks,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. But that's...
I don't think that the token cares enough about that.
Probably not. And on
Push.
Parallax as well. It's probably one of the better heroes as well in the game to actually have the token on, right? With just that...
Well, I mean, his ultimate does turn off when he dies, which is one thing, but he doesn't need his ultimate to deal a lot of damage.
It's just
Can it
25
go before
seconds.
Ophelia dies? You have wolves. Make them tank. Now the creep wave is going to be bursted down when they use the Fisher as well as the Nymphora abilities, instead of just having only the dogs die.
Yeah, that's a good observation right there.
Alright,
The puzzle box minions are activated. They should probably look to push. There
and
is
the
the jump.
sendback. And he just denied a creep.
The puzzle box
Okay.
smaller. Send him in.
Wow, that did a lot of damage to Behemoth, but you have a token, Scary. Go hit the tower.
He's gonna
Or
jump
just dive.
actually. He says, screw the tower, I'm going balls to the wall. I'm not entirely sure if this is the right decision. There's a lava surge, it's gonna miss. Tankafet is going to go down, but it's only the Ophelia, and he's gonna buy back straight away. There's a very questionable eruption being used there by STST as well. It's going to be cancelled right away from Imbaboy. Hellborn team overextending quite a bit. 2 people already down, make that free. What the hell was that all about?
I don't know that. And then STSC also missing the stun on Ophelia. I don't know. That was just Scary wants to use the token, but he doesn't know how to.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Like the push was, yeah, the push was not successful, and then they just jump behind the tower and go balls to the wall for literally no reason when they have been so patient the entire game. Like for 40 minutes they've been playing so damn disciplined, and then they do something like that, actually giving Evil Corporation a way back into the game. I mean, no matter how you look at it, sure, Parallax and Warbeast got a great farm, but if Imbaboy on Dr. Pulsar and the Swiftblade actually catches up, if they get one more item, then it's game on again.
Yeah. Well, the Ophelia pick is making a lot of sense now with the sendbacks, almost as if they were expecting to be in this situation, because it's so fantastic to be able to do that. But come on, grab a Nullfire, Prophet, or Prisoner, and come on, Prisoner, get
Prophet,
it.
well, yeah, you gotta farm a little bit
I'm
before
really
that happens.
confused. He has been getting absolutely 0 items. Even Nair, look at that. He's getting a Storm Spit in 200 gold. That is worth so much in a team fight. Cyrox needs to stop being a... He needs to stop
Buying wards.
buying wards in the extent that he is doing it, because it is not working out for his team.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how he can have absolutely 0 items. There's another jump, by the way, on STSD. I'm going to drop him down to, well, 40% or something like that. But yeah, Cyrox could definitely need a few items.
And now they're... Okay, Swiftblade is top lane. Are they going to Nymph Port to try and kill the Warbeast?
They are not going to be able to use the Token of Life. This is the second time.
Okay, Scary, you can find him. There you go. You found him. But it's nothing. Okay.
Yeah, he found him, but unfortunately he didn't have vision, so Embray was just a little bit faster pressing that Q. Scary didn't have the potential or the opportunity to actually get off the sheepstick.
Yeah. Although if Zafarante was there, could have been a great kill right there. I'm not sure he had a buyback either. Okay, he has a buyback now, but
2.3K.
he might not have had one. Yeah.
What do you think the Doctor is going to be able to, or going to be picking up as his next item?
Well, he has the Hellflower already, which is decent versus Parallax. You don't actually cancel the ultimate with it. It just gets paused for those 4 seconds. So when they're doing all the send-back stuff, there is the idea that they could go for the...
Level 5 Codex?
No, not the Codex. I was talking about Grimoire, to make the jump deal more damage. If they want to cheese it like that.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't consider Grimoire, but that would actually make sense.
Then he's able to just jump in, maybe even kill Prophet or STST because they're just not tanky enough, and still be safe.
We will see. I guess there is a sheepstick possibility
Although,
as well.
If they had a Storm Spirit, they could just send him up into the air, and then he wouldn't be sent back.
That's true.
Grab a stupid
Yeah,
Storm Spirit.
one.
It's such a good item this game.
or a Nullfire Blade on Parallax. Maybe not. That's his
No.
final.
I think Shrunken
slot.
would be a better pickup on Parallax right now.
He
Nope,
is saying,
Frostfield Plate.
Yeah, I guess that's the only
And
option.
mid lane. Okay, he bought a Shrunken in the end, but... Boom! The power of Dr. Repulsor. You jump from half the map away and you one-shot the supports. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting to that point right now that this game is gonna, like, transition
last.
more from team fights to actually map vision and pickoffs. Because Dr. Repulsor, as we saw right there, I mean, he can fly over half the map. So, yeah, Evil Corporation have been doing a fantastic job at actually just keeping 2-0 at bay for the last, I don't know, 15 minutes or something. I felt like this game was close to over, but
Yeah, but they've also recovered 5k gold and a lot of experience as well. So
yeah, they're
it,
catching up. They're almost passing 2-0. Like, give them another 5-10 minutes, and I'm pretty sure that they're at least even.
yeah, and Tankafet, I mean not Tankafet, Swiftblade this entire time has just been farming. He can turn into a semi-hard carry. Yeah, semi-hard carry. He can turn into a hard carry with those swift slashes, being able to take down Magmus and Prisoner and Prophet. If they can isolate the Parallax and the Warbeast, then it's going to be no problem to kill them.
Hmm. Yeah, this is interesting indeed. Is the Hellborn team really just going to wait for the third Kongor as well, so they get the bananas and the token of life?
They need to attack the tower when they have the token.
Yeah, and as you were mentioning as well, they could really use a little bit more of scouting with those wolves. The
He
Hellhounds are
has it
just
done, it has it.
running in next to Warbeast here while he's farming in the forest. And you don't really need him at this point. You are hitting hard yourself.
Yeah, it's a waste of the hero right now. I don't want to say it as bluntly as that, but it's a waste of the hero right now. Last game, Scary was actually doing quite a good job of scouting with those dogs, but Pexio has just been farming with them the entire game.
Dr. Repulsor closing in on the 4k gold. Nymphora is going to use the teleport simply to get an offensive ward up. That's at least going to help or provide Swiftblade with some vision while he's counter pushing. Post haste picked up on Magmus, not the Storm Spirit. I believe he had the Steam Boots before, so he actually sold them and picked up the post haste.
Prophet's still no items.
Not a single one, not even
Not
a
a
minor
single
totem.
Yeah. Like, in a game like this, everyone needs to pick up items, not just the carries.
Yeah, in teamfights it's literally 4 versus 5 at this point. I mean, he got that ultimate of his, but he's going to drop in a matter of seconds. Like, Dr. Pulsar gets him, Behemoth gets him with his shockwave, and he is down. Nymphora got that Storm Spirit of his. He doesn't have a portal key or any mobility items or any ability or mobility abilities, so it might still be a little bit tricky to actually Storm Spirit your teammate, because he's not fast. He's definitely not fast, but it's better than nothing at least.
But Magmus needs the Storm Spirit. He has a PK, he can instantly jump in and save, but yeah. It all comes back to it all comes back to the token use, man.
Mhm.
The token use. Use the token. They just really don't want to. Like, here, look, Nymph. Look what a great item he has.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why they... I don't know. I guess they regret it now, but they are going to get the third Kongor here in the near future. I would assume that it's up in 2 or 3 minutes, something like that.
Unless they do an insane play where Dr. Repulsor gets a post haste, they send Dr. Repulsor home, make him fly in, deal a shit ton of damage, then he gets sent home, then he ports into Ophelia's Creep and does it again with full HP and mana.
Ooh.
Next level plays. You heard it here first on Honcast. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
No,
absolutely. No, but they do have vision on the Legion team, and I'm definitely sure that they are going to at least make an attempt of stealing the token. Potentially. I don't think that they want to allow the Hellborn team to actually get bananas and the token. At this point of the game, like giving bananas to, for example, Parallax. At the same time though, when I look over the lineup, they don't really have any heroes that scream token of life. Warbeast, of course, because of the metamorphosis effect, the fact that when that's down, the hero is useless. Him resurrecting with a token of life is not going to be the biggest deal in a team fight. I guess he could take advantage of the bananas though, but he's almost full slotted.
Yeah, the bananas would be, I think, actually greater on Parallax, but him being full slotted is going to make that a problem. Of course, they could give it to Prophet to just carry on to it, and then when they're finally starting to push the towers, you know, the base towers, then maybe they'll be able to use it if Doctor jumps in repeatedly. He can just feed it to someone, and then they're full HP again.
There is no bulwark on either. No, I mean on the Hellborn team.
Demonic should be the next pickup for Pexu.
Yeah.
Once they get that, it's gonna be. He's gonna be tanky enough to deal with the Swiftblade, I think. But the puzzle box is gonna lose effectiveness at some point in the game.
Yeah, I think
But,
we're starting to get to that
yeah.
point. I haven't seen too much counterwarding either with the puzzle box actually. There
Or
are
scouting
two
with
wards.
dogs.
There are 2 wards of sight here from near. 1 puzzle box usage, and you could potentially get rid of them.
Just get map control, and they are way more back in this game because Swiftblade has been farming the Hellborn side of the map for the past 15 minutes, and that's how they've been getting back.
Yeah, pretty much. They need to make something happen at least. Go for those smoked or veiled rats attempts if nothing else works.
Yeah, at least that's what I think ECX is gonna do. When the Kongor spawns, they're just gonna Veiled Rod up as an entire team, then they're gonna have an ultimate. Zane picked up the spell shards.
Oh, what?
I mean,
spell shards at this point.
I still would prefer a Storm Spirit. Oh wait, is that a dog being used to scout?
I don't know.
Oh
Where
my
is
god.
it? I don't see
In
it.
the river.
Oh, there. Yeah, he's.
And he's gonna be able to find an Ophelia, maybe. Oh, that's an illusion. But he's not using the dog anymore. He forgot about his dog. How could you forget about your dog?
Poor little guy.
Yeah.
Left alone in the enemy forest. At least it's daytime.
At least it's daytime. Okay, but the dog is still just standing there.
Yeah, unfortunately it's not standing on the ramp either, so it's not going to give any vision. Now it's heading back, and now it's dead. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Demonic
He
Breastplate, by the way, was picked up on Warbeast, so no buyback available.
Yep. If they get a pick off on Warbeast
I
right
think
now,
they are going to be able to get a kill onto Magmus. The port is happening
Maybe.
at least, and a
Oh,
stun.
the stun from STST. Yeah, the Lava Surge is available, but Hellflower too strong.
Well
Is this
played
the
once more
beginning?
from Evil Corporation. Yeah, this is the beginning of the end for the Hellborn team. And I mean, they're still in a really good spot here. They just need to get to the point where they can actually take a team fight, but it's so damn troublesome for them right now. They're trying to wait for Kongor, who just respawned, by the way, so I guess this is going to be the queue that we have been waiting for now. Last 20 minutes, or at least last 10 minutes here.
But STST is still just like getting picked off right before you know that Kong is going to be picked up, is going to be spawning, is just... That's a huge mistake. And Tankafet doing a good job of scouting with his Skeleton King, unlike Pexu, who is making his dog AFK in the river. He really does not take good care of his dogs. Poor dogs.
Call Pita.
And Parallax, he hasn't died since he picked up his icon, so there's that. He has 22 charges on it, actually.
That's not too bad.
He's been farming for a really long time. It's really good, but I really wonder how his items are going to progress. He wants to pick up the Frostfield Plate, I think, this game. But then he needs to drop one of his other items, and I'm assuming that that's going to be the PK. He hasn't even used his Shrunken, by the way. That's the state of this game right now.
Yeah, it's been so damn stagnant during the last 20 minutes or so. Like, Dr. Pulsar as well, like, he got 9 seconds.
Oh, the scouting with the dog! The dog got the scout!
Oh my god, and it's gonna result in a kill straight away. They're gonna be able to pick off Nymphora, and Nier goes down,
And
no
Kongor!
buyback.
And they're countering the ward because they picked up an eye. Map control, yes. But they should leave Warbeast to solo the Kongor right now.
Yeah,
and have
why
the
are
rest
they
move up
not
the top.
going? Come on, boys.
Kongor, go, do it.
Here we go.
Use the dogs to scout them instead of having them help you with Kong. I don't know. Is he listening to me?
He's running here.
I'm just so glad that he started using the dogs to scout, because do you see how that immediately gave them a kill?
That it did. Nymphora getting caught off guard, and he's gonna go down, and this is gonna, yeah, result in a third Kongor kill for the Hellborn team. Now the token of life question is, who is going to get what? I would assume that Warbeast is going to take the bananas, but nope, never mind.
He dropped the Abyssal and grabbed the... Did he sell the Abyssal? He must have sold the Abyssal, because I don't see it anywhere.
I'm not entirely sure. It seems like they are interested in pushing the top lane at least.
Which is a good decision. It's an easier lane to push, but they really don't want to do that when they have 6k gold on a parallax.
True.
At least by
Frostfield plate?
posters. Yeah, Frostfield plate plus buyback. Sell the PK because a PK doesn't help you damage in team fights. You know, it doesn't
Oh, the
help.
teleport by the way from near. That's probably him alone. He's gonna. Okay, just gonna place a word of sight and get back.
Yeah. Anyways, post is picked up, so at least he has that, but they're still going to be pushing with so much gold in all their heroes. 1500 on the Warbeast, 1500 on the Magmus, 800 on Prisoner, plus the 4k on Parallax. That's more than the... Okay, well, 7k gold on Imboboy and 4.4k gold.
Oh my
Surf
god,
so
7k! Buy something for the love of God.
what
You
is
don't
it going to
need-
be? What is it gonna
He's
be?
going to save 2 buybacks. No? He's just going to buy an accolade stuff.
Boom. Initiation on the... And he's...
What?
What?
He failed, Imba boy.
What?
No, what's going on? What happened?
He
He's
has a
going to go
buyback, though.
down. There's the
And the-
eruption from SDSD going to be cancelled right away. Parallax is in here as well. The buyback is a fact, but still, that was still not what the Legion team were looking for. I'm not entirely sure what happened.
Okay, time to reset and go again, because you still have a token. And bananas. Where are the bananas? Who has the bananas? Prisoner has the
Prisoner
bananas.
has the bananas.
There's a jump in from...
No, the sandbag not working in his favor this time.
That was awkward.
But
to
what
say the
happened
least.
with that?
I think he must have...
Click the minimap?
I don't know. I think he was still flying when he got sent back or something along those lines. I'm not exactly sure how that works. I don't play that hero myself, Doctor.
That was awkward at least. It's gonna cost him a buyback. At least they defended the push, but Hellborn team got the tower, and now they should be able to group up again as soon as Magmus is back alive. And
Yeah.
hopefully siege the Melarax.
Hopefully they're going to do it. I mean, token's down in 2.5 minutes. It's already halfway down.
Yeah, they need to be careful. 7k gold, by the way, is saved up on Parallax now. I would like him to
Frost.
see... Yeah,
The-
like him to
just
get
the
another
PK
item.
The PK combination with Sheaf Stick is so good that it's difficult to pass it up. Being able to
it is
instantly
incredibly
cold
good, but I think that, like, I don't think that the Hellborn team... I think they want to commit to a team fight right now. Let's just siege the base, and I don't think that you need a Polkey in that case. I think
Yeah,
it's better to
that's-
have the Polkey even if it comes to like...
Oh, if they can find this kill.
He is
Use
in
dogs to
this.
scout, Mr. Warbeast, please. No, because they were just farming the ancients, and Parallax was right next to it. He could have gotten the kill on the Ophelia, and I mean Ophelia has a buyback, but all the creeps would die. Here's the send back on the Doctor Repulsor.
Yeah, still no way to catch him or to interrupt or to get rid of that sandbag. No Storm Spirit and no Null Fireblade. Swiftblade going to make his best in counter pushing, but I don't think that's the right decision. I feel like he needs to be back here right now because this Melarax is
There's
gonna
the
drop in a
sandbag.
matter of seconds.
Hellflower, was that used? No, it was not.
No, it's still
Warbeast
up.
is going to be locked down for a while, but the Minotaurs, they don't have stuns right now, so he's just going to keep hitting the tower. Hit
Yeah, the
tower.
Melarax. Oh,
There's
there's
a
an eruption in the
CSC.
background as well. SDSD is gonna jump in only on Tank Effect though, not the best or not the prettiest eruption. Dr.
And
Repulsor
Doctor.
though, Shackle in the background, he still got another buyback, remember that. Meanwhile, the Swift Slashes kinda whiffed, and now Bray is in trouble as well. He's gotta buyback him as well, and he's gonna be forced to use it as he's going to fall, but a shockwave from
Oh,
Sane!
wow.
What a shockwave! It's going to turn the teamfight around. Ember is finally going to fall, but Pexu is already lost his token of life, and now he's gonna drop again. They didn't even get the racks. It's a quad kill for Imba Boy.
And the bottom tower falls, and here comes the Nymph TP, so they're going to be able to turn this around. Don't fight team fights with 8k gold in your inventory. That is the message of this. And Scary does have a buyback, of course.
They
and
have
does
to
a
utilize
CSC,
this to
so
get.
they have to
No, they
go.
have to utilize it to get the kill.
Here comes Warbeast. He's going to be chasing after the Nymph. And that's enough to get a kill in the end. But can they find the Behemoth?
Seems like he is safe for now.
Oh.
Oh god, that was so close. Sane actually
Prophet.
walked out almost.
Prophet has the Abyssal, by the way. That belongs to
Ah,
Warbeast, so he's going
gotcha.
to be able to return it when he revives. But man, they
Legion team now ahead.
really need to take the racks before this gets out of hand. Dr. Repulsor is out of buybacks now, so another fight like that and they can win, but at the same time, if Imboboy is able to survive instead,
Yeah,
could be
this and the
insane.
teleport level 3 now from Nymphora, so make one mistake
Okay,
and your base is gone.
I kind of have to criticize Tankafet though. He got a Hellflower and a Demonic when I would rather see a Sheepstick. Much rather a Sheepstick.
Yeah, that's a good point to make. The Sheepstick will probably make more sense here. Hellfire... or
Demonic is
Hellflower.
fantastic, don't get me wrong. But Sheepstick, I think, is more useful than a Hellflower.
Maybe he picked it up right before the last team fight.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't have enough money for the Sheepstick and he figured this is it, more or less. Like, they got the token and the bananas. I'm just gonna pick up the Hellflower in before the fight.
Okay, so Peksu, you've got bananas now.
Okay. The
Okay,
push
they want
once
to initiate
more.
early. Here's the initiation.
And Parallax, he got a post haste though,
Oh,
and the
man.
buyback, so he's probably going to use it. The shockwave from Sane as well, dealing tons of damage in the background. STS is going to use his eruption as well, not dealing quite as lot as, or quite as much damage though as the shockwave did, and now they're going to fall. Parallax is actually going to buy back. He's back, but the Storm Spirit from near is going to keep Imboboy alive, and this is a disaster for the Hellborn team. I cannot
my
believe what we
God.
are seeing. I can't believe that
What
Evil
an
Corporation is
initiation.
actually turning this team fight or this game around.
Why is Skiri so intent on pushing with 5k gold in his inventory, and that's even after the buyback?
Yeah, he's out of gold now. He's out
Out
of
of-
buybacks now.
I just don't know. An amazing initiation though by Imboboy on Skiri in the first place, being able to Hellflower and preventing anything from saving him. And this is what I'm talking about. Get a Storm Spirit and you prevent this from happening. That's what you saw just now as well. They saved Imboboy because of that Storm Spirit.
This is
Disaster.
beyond, or I cannot believe that we're actually seeing this. I felt like the game was 100% over or 90% over, and now Evil Corporation is on the verge of.
Victory.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any coming back if they get
There's
this
the
melee rack in
initiation.
mid. Yeah, the hook, of course, but they don't have any physical damage, or they don't have enough damage to bring down the Dr. Pulsar. He's so mobile at this point, as we can see right there.
Yeah.
And obviously the Hellborn team is not going to give up quite yet. They still have that 5k gold on Parallax, which I'm hoping that he's going to use now at least. You need to get rid of that
There
Porky.
we go. And he's getting. It needs to be a high impact item, and I don't know what that is for Parallax at this point
Doombringer.
because he does an auto attack.
I know, I'm just kidding. I'm not entirely sure what he could get, to be honest. And he doesn't seem like he is...
He doesn't seem to know either. Maybe a nullstone even, just to make sure that he doesn't get hellflowered.
I do think that he almost has to get the Frostfield plate at this point.
Yeah, but he's not dying to physical damage. He's dying to.
Frostfield Skull.
I kind of like it. It gives him a lot of mana, makes him a lot tankier, and makes it difficult to escape from him. I think it's a good pickup. Frostfield plate, yeah, wouldn't make him that tanky when it's about behemoth spell shards. And yeah, Doctor Repulsor jumping in with Frostfield plate and his magnetic contraption, just all that stuff, all that magic damage.
Post haste picked up on Warbeast.
I would. Why does he even have boots anymore? Go for the resto.
Yeah, that's
This game,
actually
for
a
sure.
better choice. Well,
This feels so off.
yeah, like the game really tapered off. It was really active during the laning phase. We just gave SD and Sephiranthus so much credit for just being all around the map, and then just like bam, and nothing
Yeah.
happened for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes at this point, even.
Now you need to look at Prisoner and how much of an impact he's had in the last I don't know, 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah, it's
Because yeah,
been... Behemoth is gonna continue his trend with the wins.
yeah. I honestly feel that they are losing this game because Peksu is not using his wolves to scout.
I feel like they could have been so much more manly. I feel like they could have been able to do so much more than they actually did. Like, I don't see that when they were at like the 25-minute mark in this game, that was 35 minutes ago, and I just feel like they could have more or less positioned themselves outside enemy base, or when they had that second token. Like, they were
Yeah.
so damn far ahead, but for some reason they were just
And now they're going for the next token. But
Yeah.
this time, Legion wants to fight this.
Do they have any buybacks on the Legion side though? Because one
Scout
lost
better.
team fight. This
And
could
he's making an auto attack Ophelia. Oops.
Here we go, at least. Last fight of the game, most likely. The shockwave on two people. Parallax, the restoration stone. He's not going to be able to even get these spells off. Or is
He's
he
still
actually?
alive.
They are getting Dr. Repulsor as well. The Storm Spirit from near is going to keep him alive for a little bit. But I don't think it's going to be enough. Or is it? Immoboy still alive actually in the background. Prisoner now as well going to fall. Parallax in the background.
Nice hook from Sephiroth.
Going to keep his carry player alive at least. But it's only scary. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Holy.
Yeah. And he silenced Ophelia, but the Hellflower coming out from Dr. Repulsor is going to be able to finish the job. Okay.
No buybacks available.
No
That's
buybacks.
going to be the game.
They didn't finish off the Dr. Repulsor. The heals from Nymphora and Ophelia were too much. And do you see what a Storm Spirit does in a game?
Yeah, it actually like won the Legion team at least 2 team fights. And that was, yeah, the support as we were talking about. Nier is the one making those MVP plays. And he's actually gonna end the game with an Icon of the Goddess in his inventory as well. Damn.
Slightly troll.
25 charges, pretty damn good. But Evil Corporation, what can we really say about this game? I mean, we have been talking about it now for, it's just about the 1 hour mark. And I think we have more or less discussed everything that 2-0 could have done. But yeah, props to Evil Corporation for not giving up, always keeping their spirit at the top and actually being able to get back.
And Bray played this really well, being able to keep farming the Hellborn Woods while not dying, pretty much. He was able to just keep farming, keep up his GPM, get that Genjuro. He was dealing so much damage at the end. So